What is going on, guys? Back with another WWE 2K call. This time we're doing my dad's character, Brimstone. So, yeah, let's get into this. Let's go ahead and go over a few things. So let's start with the face. So, as you can see, we just use a baseline face. He doesn't really have any like face sculpting because the rest of his features kind of hide everything up. So, body-wise and size, let's go ahead and go into that real quick. Obviously, he has that jacked physique. He's a big guy. Body height wise, we're gonna go max height. He's 7'4". Weight, full weight, 640 pounder. Big guy. So my dad's character, he's always blue. He's based off the Star Wars characters, what's called a chiss. So it's a kind of like a race of Star Wars characters. They're kind of blue skin. Grand Admiral Thrawn is one of the most popular and well known chisses in the Star Wars universe. So that's where his character is based off of. So definitely max size, jack him up, give him lots of muscles, lots of tone. As for attire, my dad really only ever has one attire, and as you can see, it's kind of based off of the Undertaker. Actually, a lot of the stuff for my dad's character is based off of the Phenom himself, the Undertaker. So let's start off with that ring attire. It's an easy attire. So we're gonna go ahead and go appearance first, hair and facial. So let's zoom it in. Okay, so we have the hairdo. Long hair, has a little bit of a hair bun, but it's all pulled back and in the back. So that's kind of like what you want to go with. You want to go where it's all pulled back. My dad has a mullet in real life, so it's very similar to that, like the short in the front, and then it gets pulled back into that ponytail in the back. As for his eyes, solid red. Everything just make it like a blood red. Facial hair, he does have a goatee, so what I use a mustache for filler. Two different goatee parts to thicken it up as well. And then find a goatee under the full beard section. And that's how you'll get his goatee. He also does have that face paint, so a couple things on there. Obviously, you can see a couple different parts to this. So he does have like a what's that shade? Not a crimson. This crimson's a little brighter, like a maroon almost face paint. And his is over his right eye. So you'll do that. As far as the color for that, this is how you get that color. So it's like a really dark red, almost blackish, but still has some red to it. And then one of the things, as you see, that we have to do for him is there's also this oval that I put in there. And that's because that face paint will have a, if I took that off, as you guys see, now there's that blue circle there. So take an oval, same shade, and just throw it in there for filler. And it'll kind of fill it in and hide that little fucking opening circle there. So that's how you make my dad's character's face. As far as the clothing, it's again pretty simple, pretty easy to go with. We'll start off with the upper body. Obviously nothing on the head. Tucked in tank top. Make that black. You kind of use like a matte or a satin type of material. Then we use the Undertaker style fucking MMA gloves. Nice and simple. Again, same material as the shirt, but just straight black those. Lower body. We're going with like an Undertaker type of biker taker almost type of pants, I guess. But they're just kind of like a pair of just your classic black pants. Again, make them the same material, just like darkish black Valor type of material. As for boots, he does use I always use like a calf high boot on him because it kind of has that bigger sole base, so it kind of emphasizes the fact that he's got the big feet for a good reason. One of the biggest moves my dad has is the boot to the head. And some of the older videos I uploaded of my dad's character, whenever he was fighting, I would literally just yell, "Boot to the head!" as I did the big boot. So it's a big part of my dad's character. As like I said, a lot of his moves are based off of the Phenom, the Undertaker. Entrance, it's even easier. Just add a trench coat. That's literally all it is. Add the trench coat in there so that we have that for my dad's character. And that's how you make my dad's character. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Like I said, max size, max weight. Pretty much just Undertaker themed attire. The most challenging part is make sure you get like his facial hair and his head made properly. But you don't have to sculpt his head or anything. It's just the default basic head. But all the other stuff definitely gives him that fucking difference. As for attire or name, obviously his name is Sean Senior, but he is known as Brimstone, otherwise known as Brimstone Gaming. If you want to go subscribe to his YouTube channel, I'm sure he'd appreciate that. His ring name is the Nightmare because Brimstone's not an option. If Brimstone was an option, he'd be Brimstone, but it's not. So he goes by the Nightmare. Um, there's another character I'm gonna be uploading another video on that goes by the Devil, which is actually my dad's like brother from another mother, like his best friend or something. I don't really know the full relationship there, but it's his friend Dave. Also has another character which you'll see in a different video if you go check that out. Personal information. He's a heel, obviously. Full attributes. Overall, max him out. Like I said, a lot of the stuff he's based off of is the Undertaker. So definitely just be aware of that. Let's go ahead and get into the moveset at this point. So transition. And now we're going ahead and continue on with the moveset. So special moves, signatures. Like I said, he's got a lot of like choke slams and big boots. So for signatures, give him like a choke slam. Make sure you give him that big fucking lift and slam his bitch ass down. Another one he uses is a big boot on the outside. And my dad's a really big fan of the slingshot falcon arrow. Or a slingshot suplexes, stuff like that. So I gave him a slingshot suplex. You don't have to do that. If you want to do like a lifting, like pick him off the ground and choke slam him, definitely like just some big guy moves, you know. For finisher, obvious, we already know what it is. So he uses the tombstone pile driver for his main finisher. And of course that was second finisher. I gave him the buckle bomb. Because somebody who's 7'4", 640 pounds, slam you into the turnbuckle, that could probably put you out for a while. And then, of course, on the outside, because you can't buckle bomb him, I give him a Hell's Gate submission. So as you see, he does have some OMG stuff. Definitely, like, a lot of his moves, if you just use the preset for the Undertaker, you can then kind of just use that as the main line of it, and then just alternate a couple things from there. So just kind of go one by one on these. As you guys, if you need a pause, go ahead and pause whenever you need to. But a lot of it's just Undertaker stuff. Taunts, again, pretty much literally Undertaker. Again, a lot of Undertaker stuff. Standing to opponent, more Undertaker, more Undertaker. His taunts aren't the hardest to get down. Of course, the other part that we always look at in these videos is we're going to look at our standing strikes and grapples. So, as far as our strong strikes in the front, boot to the head, boot to the head. Of course, they get some more Undertaker, so you got some old school going on. My dad also uses a lot of like the big boy punches, so he does this one, and big uppercut to knock him out. The big fucking barrage of forearms pushing him backwards. So I like using this one, so I'll use this where I'll hit him with those. Sometimes if there's a bigger guy, they don't get knocked, so they get like pushed backwards. And if that's the case, then I immediately boot to the head. This is another good one right here. So fucking pull the nose back, push his head on the ground, and just stomp him. That's a big thing. As far as the back, or hold on. So that's our strikes. As far as our grapples, so we have our medium grapples. Okay, again, a lot of like big time stuff. So he does a lot of like throwing as well as some of the other characters you've probably seen some of these creative wrestlers of. So a lot of like backbreakers, a lot of spine busters, a lot of fucking toss him and making him look like a little bitch. Like, and that, yep, I give him a jackhammer, the Uranage. Sidewalk slam, classic Undertaker right there. So, like I said, a lot of this is going to be based off of the Undertaker. Some stuff will be a little bit different, of course, but definitely just kind of play around with it. Give yourself, make it a little different. You know, give him some big time moves. A lot of like I said, choke slams, big boots, clotheslines, stuff like that. That's what my dad's main character move set is. So let's go ahead and let's go get into the entrance and show you guys that. I'm sure you guys know what it is, but let's transition. And here we are, of course, like I said, it's full Undertaker. Not the hardest. Literally just give him the full Undertaker, pyro, music, everything. And it just works perfect for him. So this is how you create my dad's character, Brimstone. Like I said, guys, go check out his YouTube channel. I'm sure he'll appreciate the guys going over there checking him out. He does some gaming stuff too. Like I said, it's just Brimstone Gaming, Brimstone, and then Gaming, Gaming. Let them know I sent you guys. I appreciate you guys coming around, checking out these videos, and definitely check out some of the other creative wrestlers that I've uploaded. I appreciate you guys. Okay, guys, so I just want to throw this in here. I'm also gonna put this clip at the other end of the other characters career wrestler video, but this is just kind of showing you guys the tag team that my dad's character is involved in, otherwise known as the Empire of Pain. This is a tag team of my dad's character, the Chiss, and then my dad's friend's brother, or whatever the relationship is, his character, which I honestly don't remember what it's called, to be honest with you, but it's kind of like the same race of like Darth Maul and stuff like that. I don't remember what that race is called. So either in 2K19 we used the Bludgeon Brothers because it made so much sense for the big guys with the big mallets. A lot of times though we just use like the Brothers of Destruction with the Kane and Undertaker because it just works perfectly. One is based off of the Undertaker, the other one's based off Kane, so it kind of works best for both of them. But yeah, I just figured I'd throw this in here for you guys to check this entrance out. But like I said, go check out the other one where I did the video on um, Dave's character, or Strider, you know. But I'll see you guys around. Appreciate it.